Hey everybody, it's Rory from A&S Gear, and we are here to talk about some remote lines today from HK. These are their brand new coiled remote lines, both a standard quick version, a quick disconnect version, as well as a slide check version. So overall, both of them are the same as far as the coil and the ASA, but when it comes to the connection end by the gun, that's where they differ. So let's look at just the standard coiled version first. So here we have it. Here's our coil, as well as our gun side. So I brought a tank out just so you can kind of get an idea, if you've never seen a remote line before, how this works. So you've got your pressure inside your bottle. You have an on and off valve system right here. This is called your UFA, your universal fill adapter. So this is where the tank will screw on. By screwing this back or away from the valve itself, it will not gas the system up when we go ahead and screw it in. So we're going to screw this all the way in, making sure that our knob was backed up to begin with. And this is where we would leave it. Now, at this point, we would take this fitting, this reducer fitting right here, and we will disconnect it from the hose. It's just a quick disconnect fitting right here. That's why this is called the coiled remote line with quick disconnect. So this is going to go into your gun, where you would normally screw in your tank on your gun. It's got this nice male fitting on there. We would then connect the two pieces together, making sure that the quick disconnect fitting snaps together and locks. If it doesn't lock, make sure that it does. If you gas this up where this is not locked, it's just like this maybe. As soon as that gas hits it, that thing's gonna shoot off of there. This thing is gonna be whipping around. So make sure that this is locked together. I had my loader broken at a fill station one time because a guy's remote line whipped off and smacked my loader and cracked it right in half. That was a fun day. But you connect these two things together, and with this remote line, at that point, you would turn this knob, releasing the pressure through the line and into the gun. When you are done, or you want to stop playing, or you want to disconnect the gun, what you would need to do is turn this so that the valve becomes released, so it is closed, but you're still gonna have pressure built up in this line. Now it is possible to pop this off while this pressure is in the line. I do not recommend that. There is an O-ring inside here that seals this fitting when it comes together. What you want to do is shoot the gun until the pressure that's in the line shoots out, it bleeds out through the gun, and then you can disconnect it. You never want to disconnect this under pressure. You're just asking for problems. Now, coming over to the remote line side of it, or the slide check side, not the remote line. They're both remote lines. The slide check side. So let's move this one out of the way, and let's look at this. So this part we've seen, it's got the same piece up at the top right here, same adapter. They really coiled this thing in here. I tell you what. Spent half this video getting this thing out. I'll tell you what. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do the same thing with this one. We are going to back the valve up, screw in the bottle, until it goes down. And then, remember, we're not gonna gas this up yet. We're gonna come over to this side and release this. This goes into the gun, but this has one extra little thing on it. There's a slide on this section right here. When the slide is in the back position or closest to the coil, when the air is coming through the coil, it will stop right here and it will not come out the other end. When we slide the slide forward, it will allow the air to pass through. So what we can do with this is we can have this in the back position. We can have this not attached to the gun. Remember, this is on our gun, so connected to the gun. And we can gas this line up. So pressure will come through here and it will stop right here. Now, when we are ready, we can connect this to the gun, make sure the gun is ready to go. Boom, slide that forward, releases pressure into the gun, we're ready to shoot. Now, why this comes in handy, let's say you want to set the gun down, but you don't want to disconnect the gas line from there. All you need to do is just pull that back, cuts the gas off right here. You will have a little bit of gas stored potentially in the gun or in this right here. Boom, boom, shoot it twice, however long it takes to, and then you can disconnect the gun from the line without turning the gas off. You still have gas through the line, you still are ready to go. So maybe you just wanted to set it down to get a drink, or set it down to go to the bathroom, set it down to fill your pods up, whatever it happens to be. You're done with all that, you reconnect your gun, slide your slide forward, and you're ready to go again. Now at the end of the day, you will need to do the same thing we did with this one, where you're going to cut the gas line off, shoot the gun, disconnect it, set it down. Then what you can do is degas this over here. So we've opened this up so that there's no more pressure coming out of the bottle, but we still have pressure in the line. We slide the slide forward. The gas that's inside here just comes out the end, and you're done. You could then unscrew your bottle like that, put your gear away, and then talk trash with your buddies about how cool you were that day. So anyway, guys, remote lines, this is great for scenario players. If you're spending a ton of time on the field during a game, like your games are 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes because you're playing scenario style ball, remote lines are super handy because it takes the weight of the tank, puts it on your back, and allows you to run a coil to your gun and make it super light and super maneuverable. So if that's something you've been thinking about, man, I wish I could, get rid of some of this weight on my tank or my gun or whatever it happens to be, check out a remote line. You're gonna need to get a pack that holds a tank, but this will get you on your way. Depending on how you wanna do it, either coiled or slide check, either one's a good option. HK remote lines, available through the website. Order yours now through ansgear.com.